I started working with him on the project he was on. And that was Project Blue Book. We had people that would follow through on it, that would go out and interview the people to see if they were nutcases or if it was real. Going to be part of the Eisenhower push is trying to find out something about all about these aliens.
Deep in a vast universe, hidden galaxies, hidden stars, hidden civilizations. In this world, there are believers, disbelievers, and many left undecided. The question everybody wants to know is, are we alone? Or do we have unknown neighbors, watching, observing? Only 80 miles north of Las Vegas lies the small town of Rachel, Nevada. This town is home to many believers, and of course, Area 51. In our nation's Cold War, the level of uncertainty was so severe, so mysterious. The nation was left in fear, even scared to be in their own homes. During this time, many defense mechanisms were tested, including nuclear bombs. Most of the testing was conducted in desolate areas such as Groom Lake, Nevada, or otherwise known as Area 51. For years, the government has denied Area 51's existence, removing it from maps. However, the government has finally came out and confessed its existence, as it was only used for highly secret defense mechanisms for the Cold War. This leaves many people in question. Denying its existence for so many years only inspires believers to want to find out answers even more. We do have an inside view of Area 51 through the stories of the few individuals that are willing to tell their experiences when they worked there.
You removed the soundtrack from the tape before you turned it over to this program.
That's correct. I can't allow the voices of the project personnel to be heard by the general public. There's a very good chance their family or friends on the outside might recognize them.
Isn't your purpose in releasing this tape to expose Area 51 to the world?
My purpose is to expose the existence of the aliens, not compromise these individuals. I made the decision to come forward. I'm taking precautions to protect my own identity, and I don't think it's fair for me to put these others in danger of exposure. In any case, the interview on the tape went nowhere. It was interrupted, as you'll see.
Can you describe for us what we're seeing?
All right, we're looking at the interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort of the aliens. The figure who is just barely visible in the left foreground is the telepath, and behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a military aide. The alien is seated behind a glass partition in a biocontainment area, which is maintained at Biosafety Level 2, the lowest designation. That's primarily for the protection of the aliens, not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien bug, it would have happened 50 years ago. In fact, all the indications are the aliens eliminated microbial and viral life from their own ecosystem long ago. They aren't susceptible to our diseases directly, but it has been shown that microbes can reproduce and form colonies within their respiratory systems, which tends to exacerbate the debilities they seem to suffer anyway in our environment. In fact, you can see here the alien is beginning to flag. The interview was not going well. The telepath was trying to clarify some points from a previous interview, but he wasn't receiving coherent responses. As you can see, the being is in real distress. At this point, the telepath is sending out a message to the medical staff. He's trying to communicate with the alien, but he's getting no response. There's very little he can do. There's no direct connection between his space and the biocontainment area. That's the aide stepping in on the right. The medical staff should be there by now. They're slow in responding. There they are. I have to say the medical personnel at S4 are less than first rate. They tend to be selected for their willingness to keep secrets rather than their medical competence. By the way, he's not shining that light into the eyes. It looks that way, but in fact he's checking for hemorrhaging around the eye sockets and in the nasal cavity. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to watch this.
Could they tell what the source of power was of this craft?
Yeah, it was like a reverse gravitational thing of some kind. In fact, one later on, I got the mathematical code for reversing gravity in a 3x5 card. I guess there are different types of grays and so on.
How did you see that evidence?
Well, at the later on at S4, we viewed the autopsy film, and then the colonel said, what we've got in here is we're interviewing a gray alien.
All right, right there. How did you feel at that moment?
Well, I thought, boy, we had no idea we were going to see the real thing. All we saw was film.
You had to have a little bit of heart racing at that moment.
My boss was able to go in and had a partial interview with him.
So what did this gray alien look like? Could you describe him a little bit?
This one looked a little bit oriental.
So I'm just wondering if it looked almost human, what about this didn't look human?
No, it didn't look human as far as the skin tone and basically the shape of it and the size.
How was its head size compared with a normal human, for example?
Brain was kind of a little bit bigger. And some of the nose was very, very small. And the ears were just like holes. Mouth was very small.
Now, why were they bringing you out here at all, anyway, to see an alien? What was the point?
To go back and tell the president they actually had one.
Area 51 not only gives the world curiosity, but it gives people hope, something to believe in. The world needs a hero, or at least something that gives people something to believe in. Beyond those gates lies not only testing facilities and government-funded programs, but also hopes and dreams of the world. Perhaps it is better to not fully understand the perplexity and truth of the infamous place, but only to let our own minds inspire to believe. What lies beyond those gates of Area 51? The world may never know.